Hey, it is NFL prime time. Chris Berman, Booger McFarland, ready to roll?
Back to do it again, Boom.
Well, we get to do it. We get fans in the stands. Yeah. It's the longest season ever, which means we get to do this
even more.
An extra week or two.
Yes.
And folks, we're ready for some football. And the schedule makers, I think, gave us a break.
Yeah.
Because 5 of the Sunday matchups included playoff team versus playoff team, including 2 of the division winners in the AFC last year, the Steelers and the Bills. So Big Ben into Buffalo, where the Bills Mafia was more than ready, although you know the Steeler fans travel so well. In a lot of ways, offensively, this was a highlight for the Bills. And what ensued after Isaiah McKenzie takes the opening kickoff, and he could go almost all the way, but defense immediately for Pittsburgh, Booger.
Great way for the Bills to start. Could the offense capitalize on it? I don't think so, Boom.
Well, the fans are fired up, but no, they only got a field goal out of that Buffalo. But everybody's expecting the sky the limit in Buffalo. But TJ Watt, they signed him. Look at him.
Great job by Melvin Ingram making go the other way, and then Watt came in and dominated. Sack, fumble, 4 years, $112 million. Never looked so good.
Yep, Cameron Hayward recovered it under a minute to go in the half. Bills 3rd and goal. This was nice. Josh Allen to Gabe Davis. So Buffalo is leading 10-0. So even as well as Pittsburgh's defense is playing, the Bills needed a little more. And Big Ben said, well, I got Chase Claypool to make a play like this.
And he went up, and that'll be on Randy Moss. As you got Moss, he only had 3 catches on the day, but that one was outstanding.
It would lead to a field goal 10-3 early, the 4th at 10-6. The rookie, Najee Harris, Steelers. What do you mean we can't run the ball? Let's draft him. And this is going to be a big runoff tackle for 18 yards. Here comes Pittsburgh. Next play, now watch this. Big Ben made big throws when he had to, and big catch by Deontay Johnson for the touchdown.
Outstanding catch by Deontay Johnson. He led the NFL in drops. That was 2020, Boom. 2021, he's off to a great start.
So now the Steelers lead 13-10, and then the game, it changed and then here you go. Harmon Killebrew had 573 home runs for the Minnesota Twins. Miles Killebrew had a home run as a block punt. Ulysses Gilbert III picks it up, and all of a sudden the game is changed and Pittsburgh's up big.
Special teams are usually behind miscommunication on the interior of the Buffalo Bill. Punt protection, block punt.
Wow, so 20-10. Now it's 23-13. Buffalo needs 2 scores very late. One of the new Bills, Emmanuel Sender, but pass incomplete. Trey Norwood, 7th-round pick. Steelers pass defense played very well. It's a field goal, 23-16. The onside kick, so hard to do these days. Juju Smith-Schuster picks it up, and the Pittsburgh Steelers down 10 at the half. Ben, 18th, who knows if it's his final season. Big Ben and the Steelers kind of stick their chest out and say, you know what, we're going to take your best shot up here and going to come back and beat the Bills, a team that beat them late last year. 23-16, Pittsburgh wins it. Our intrepid Sal Palantonio with Big Ben afterward.
You said there would be growing pains before the game, but we actually saw them take place during this game where guys sort of settled down and settled in offensively. How did you accomplish that?
Well, myself included. I was nervous. I was excited to go out there, and you know, you always want that first hit. I'm a little sore from the hits.
I don't want to go into it. It almost seems like y'all make it seem like we lost the Super Bowl or something. We understand we're a good football team, and we understand we're a better football team than what we showed today.
Well, first of all, nice jacket, Ben.
Oh, mid-season form.
Well, but it still is. It still is summer. Look, Booger, Pittsburgh defense. I know they'll show that but they gave up some yards. But boy, did they come up big when they had to. Minka Fitzpatrick had 10 tackles. Bushback had 10 tackles.
Yeah, especially early in the game. Pittsburgh's offense, 3 first downs, only 50-some yards in the first half. Their defense kept them in the ball game, and then in the second half, their defense was outstanding. They held Josh Allen in check, and they gave their offense an opportunity to get going, and Big Ben made just enough plays in the second half.
I mean, he made plays at key moments of the game. It's as if a pitcher didn't have really his fastball. Maybe give the Bills defense some credit. but we got guys out anyway. Is that a good way to describe it?
Without a doubt. Bend but don't break. Don't allow Buffalo to get into the end zone. And then when you flip it to the other side, boom, the Buffalo Bills offense. Josh Allen threw the ball 51 times. That's entirely too many times to throw the football. Where's the running game? Anytime they wanted to run the football, it was quarterback power, quarterback draw. The run game in Buffalo wasn't there, which allowed the Steelers to stay in the game and allow Big Ben and the momentum plays, the block punt stuff to come along in the second half.
Look, Pittsburgh had the loss to Cleveland in the playoffs, sticking their craw all offseason, and they made amends. And I can speak for folks in Buffalo. I think the hardest thing in sports, great expectations. So they were 13-3, and now are they going to be 15-2? Are they going to be 16-1? Are they going to? This was a real quality opponent, and we haven't even clicked into the fall season yet. So
calm it down a little bit.
Nice, very nice win by Pittsburgh. All right, well, the NFC West. Wow, we think this could be the best division in football, and on day one, it was. Mike Vrabel already upset at home in Tennessee.
The game hadn't started.
The game didn't start. Why? Because look out! It's Chandler Jones, a one-man wrecking crew. Corey Peters. They rule his knee was down. He picks it up, and look, they're right knocking at the door.
Chandler Jones said all offseason, I want some new money. He proved it there. He deserved it.
Chandler Jones was unbelievable, and so was Kyler Murray. Scrambling. DeAndre Hopkins. How are you going to stop it?
It's not Montana to Clark. It's Murray to Hopkins. What a throw. Even better catch to get both feet down. 1-2. Ooh, to the best receiver in football.
So a real eye-opener already in Tennessee. It's 10-0 Arizona. Now the Titans at their own 33. Look out! It's sack number 3 for Chandler Jones, and frankly, he was just getting started. Now, second quarter, the defense did their part and then some. And how about Kyler Murray? And then when you have this fella, DeAndre, how about that cut?
Nice throw by Kyler Murray. Threw it to the back shoulder where Hopkins could stop, and then Hopkins gave him the stanky leg. Put his foot in the ground, and he cut out of there, boom.
Now it's 17-6. Murray scrambling. Look. And then he goes this. And then he goes back. He's going to fire and find Rondale Moore. Wow, 18-yard pickup. You think Tennessee's exhausted? You betcha. So tired you're not going to get Kyler Murray on the run into the end zone. It's 24-6. My goodness. Now third quarter. Murray's not done. Back foot. Christian Kirk. Captain Kirk.
Great job by Kirk. One-on-one coverage. Great throw by Murray.
31-13. Chandler Jones. Goodbye. Ball out. Jones sacks Tannehill. Loose ball. Marcus Golden falls on it. And way back when, Gene Duke of Earl Chandler. Duke of Earl. He was 5 sacks.
Just a great move up and under. He has a repertoire of moves, and he used them all day, boom.
And so Arizona, this is an eye-opener on day one. Into Tennessee, a playoff team a year ago. And Arizona, quote, 4th, although a very good 4th in the NFC West. We're 38-13. Ed Werder after the game with Kyler Murray.
The Cardinals have the definition of complimentary football. 5 sacks from Chandler Jones, 5 touchdown game from Kyler Murray, and 4 of those career-high touchdown passes. Kyler, how much do you want people to respect your ability as a passing quarterback?
Honestly, I don't really care what people, what they have to say about me or whatever. I just show up every Sunday, Thursday, Monday, whatever day it is, and do what I do. Love playing with my guys. We worked hard. We 1-0.
You get way behind, you can't run. Derrick Henry only ran for 61 yards.
Exactly.
San Francisco in Detroit. So Jimmy Garoppolo started, played well, but inside the 20 red zone package, the rookie Trey Lance. Trent Sherfield, 49ers prepared. 7-0. You got to get prepared for both of our quarterbacks. Raheem Mostert. All right. And he left the game with a knee injury. Niners did have injuries. But watch Jimmy G and Elijah Mitchell. He's gone.
Here's the great part about this running game. The running backs are interchangeable. You can put anyone in there. The offensive line blocks great.
14-7. Jared Goff, now new quarterback for Detroit. Look out! Dre Greenlaw could go all the way. The guy that made that play against Seattle a couple of years ago on the goal line. Pick 6.
From homeless to adopted to pick 6, Dre Greenlaw.
28-10. Now, mid-third, Garoppolo. Time. Deebo Samuel comes back out a little bit, cuts away, and he could go all the Way, that's 79 yards, 38-10 Niners.
Worked all offseason to come in a better receiver. It showed there.
Goff saying, you know what? We're here. We're not giving up. I give the Lions credit. DeAndre Swift. He runs swiftly for 43 yards at 38-17. But who cares? This game is over, right? Yeah, kind of. Sort of. Hey, here comes Detroit. And all of a sudden, this is a ball game. Dan Campbell, we're going to recover an onside kick. Off the helmet. I mean, you never see this. Onside kick, recovered Detroit. And now they're deep and Goff. Touchdown. Wait a minute. This is really a one-score game? Really?
Really?
If they make a two-point conversion, it is. My goodness. Lions? Dan Campbell said we're going to bite him in the knee. But in the end, it was a little bit too much. Oh, wait a minute. Don't tell me they fumbled. The Niners are going to have to sweat this one out. Goff. Across the middle. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, we got a timeout. Let's use our last one. 17 seconds to go. 4th and 9. Can it be a miracle? No. Give them credit. But the Niners piled up too much.
They did. The 49ers took their foot off the gas a little bit, made too many mistakes, but in the end, the best team won the football game today, Boom.
All right. So the Niners, as you see Jimmy's numbers, I mean, he 17 completions for 314. I mean, that's like 18 yards of completion. That'll work. Niners win on road. Arizona wins on road. Seattle in one of those playoff matchups against Indy. Seattle at the Colts, who have a new quarterback in Carson Wentz, number 2. Would he play? Yeah, we knew that. And when his feet are right, remember, he was an MVP candidate until he got hurt a couple years ago, several years ago, Philadelphia. He can move. They got a field goal out of this drive. It's 3-0. Now, you know when he's right, who can move? Well, Russell Wilson.
Absolutely.
He's right. Chris Carson was big today. Boom. And then boom. I mean, he is locomotive-like.
And that's how Pete wants to play. Physical, control the line of scrimmage, and then take shots down the field.
So, later the drive, 3rd and 6, Russell Wilson's going to look. And watch this play by Tyler Lockett. Where is it? Beautiful catch in center field.
Great basket catch. It's so hard to track this football. Tyler Lockett does an outstanding job of finding the ball in the lights inside the dome.
And so it's 7-3 Seattle. Now it's 14-3 Wentz. Little play action. And we'll look for Paris Campbell. Magnifique. 24 yards. Later in the drive, 1st and goal, Wentz to Zach Pascal. And we're going to have a shootout, right? That's a pretty play. 14-10. Colts within 4. But now, last minute of the half, the best teams do this. Score late. Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett, goodbye.
Colts in the 2-deep zone coverage. There's no way Tyler Lockett should ever get behind them, but he did. Great throw by Wilson.
And now it's still 21-10 with 4th and 1 Colts. We're in the 4th quarter, 10 minutes to go. Wentz. Darrell Taylor is a player who didn't play last year. They expect big things from him. And he made a play that forced the incomplete pass, the ball turnover on downs. We haven't seen DK Metcalf yet.
You know he's coming.
And he told me when I was out there, look, he's interesting with the hair color. I'm not changing my hair color, but I will be in the end zone. And he was. 15 yards to Russell Wilson, threw 4. Carson ran for over 90 and caught 3 more. And Seattle wins it 28-16. The Colts, this is, if I read this correctly, they've lost their 8th straight opener with 5 different quarterbacks. Whatever. We got a long way to go and longer than ever before. But Seattle goes on the road. Eastern time zone doesn't faze them at all. And so let's start with Russell Wilson because, look, you didn't even see all of the new offense, although the new tight end from the Rams, Everett, caught a touchdown as well. He's going to have a big role. What did we see today from Russell? He started out so well last year.
I think we saw what Russell wanted. Remember in the offseason, is Russell going to stay? Is Russell going to go? He got a new offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron. You saw him open the offense up. Now, we still are not going to lose the physicality. We saw Carson run the ball, and we know Pete wants to control the line of scrimmage. But you saw Russell opening the offense up, throwing the football down the field, being explosive, taking a shot at the end of the half, putting a touchdown on the board. That's what Russell wanted in the offseason, and it seemed like Pete and OC Shane Waldron, they listen to Russell, and all is happy in Seattle right now.
I think they're going to mix up the tempo as well. I don't mean up-tempo like frenetic, but we didn't actually see it as much on this day, but they didn't need to do that. Let's go on Wentz. How do you think? Look, he and Frank Reich, who was coaching at Philadelphia at the time under Doug Peterson, they were a heck of a combination. What did you see today, Booger?
It's going to take time. Wentz missed a lot of the offseason. Remember, he had the foot surgery. So you saw a quarterback that was inconsistent. Frank Reich is going to put him in position to make plays. They both need each other to succeed. Today, I thought he was okay. He wasn't great. He wasn't bad. I think he'll get better throughout the season. Boom. They got to run the football better than Indy. They got one of the better offensive lines in football. And when they can't control the clock and run the football the way that Frank Reich wants to, then Carson is going to struggle if you put everything on his shoulders, and you saw that some today.
Real quick, the three teams in the day, one in the NFC. Arizona now a contender for playoffs in this tough division, what you saw?
I know it's only game one. Arizona looked the best so far. That defense, Chandler Jones, that offense, outstanding today.
Well, they spent some money in the offseason, and so far, so good. Everything's new this year, right?
Yeah.
Fans back. 12 quarterbacks started their first game for a new team. Of course, some of them were the rookies, but we go to Zach Wilson, second overall pick, now starting for the Jets, and Sam Darnold in Carolina. And, of course, the schedule makers, they have a sense of humor. Why don't we have these guys play right away in Charlotte? Zach, second pick overall, like we said, from BYU, sacked by Brian Burns.
Yeah, early on, wasn't getting any protection, and Brian Burns, one of the best rushers in the league.
Now, oft injured last year, Christian McCaffrey picks up a couple yards on the ground, so short of the first down marker, 4th and 1, Carolina. They're going to go for it. Sam Darnold fumbled. Maybe they both were a little uptight, trying to do too much.
Everyone, that's on Sam Darnold. He's got to hold on to the football.
So the Jets defense earlier, all right, except now, look, Wilson picked up by Shaq Thompson. Shaq, 29 yards return.
Rookie mistake, zone coverage. He didn't see him. Hit.
Jets D held them to a field goal, 3-0. Darnold. You know, I used to have this receiver, Robbie Anderson, when I was with the Jets. Do you remember? Yes, I remember. This is what we could do sometimes. 57 yards, missed extra point, 9-0 Carolina. Now, under 40 seconds to play in the half. Darnold, underrated his speed.
Very good athlete. You empty the formation. Nobody's in the middle of the field. Walk-in touchdown.
So it's 16-0. Now mid-third. Wilson. Corey Davis. 20 yards. Now the rookie warming up. Wilson. Oh, he can move too. Yeah. Picks up a little block, a little screen block there. Hey! There you go. It's a touchdown to Davis at 16-8. Now it's 19-8, 3:20 to go. Zach Wilson. Braxton Berrios, 25 yards. Carolina sitting back a little bit here, understandably. But Wilson, Davis said, you better not do that. They go for two, don't get it, so it's 19-14.
Wilson played better once he got more comfortable.
And who do you give it to? But just good to see him healthy. We hope he plays the whole year because Christian McCaffrey's as fun to watch as anybody. Sam Darnold, now Panthers. Saying hello and congrats to the former teammates with the Jets. So I don't know, does Sam now have to go Panthers, Panthers, Panthers?
Always good to go against former teammates, Boom. Always good to win against those former teammates.
And so Robert Saleh, his first game as head coach Jets, does not quite come through. Now, talk about new. Of course, the new starter, new coach Cully, and Tyrod Taylor. And they're playing Jacksonville with Urban Meyer. And you saw the number 1 pick, Trevor Lawrence. They're in Houston. Jacksonville ended the year losing 15 straight games, but they were favored on the road. Lawrence says, we don't care. We got DJ Chark at 27 yards. Now, from the 22 to Chris Manhurst. He's already on the board with a touchdown pass to Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, and you can see the natural talent, nice back foot rifle shot in there, Boom.
But family loving it, but they're down 14-7. Lawrence throwing, intercepted by Justin Reed.
Can't do it. You can't throw across your body in the National Football League. It usually results in a pick.
And so now the Jags, the next one backed up deep, looking for Chark. Vernon Hargraves was looking for the ball.
Zone coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. Lawrence didn't see him, but Hargraves saw the ball. Pick.
So that just set up a field goal, 20-7 to the chagrin of Urban Meyer. 12 seconds to go in the half. And who knew the Houston Texans would be a juggernaut, at least on day one? Tyrod Taylor, good guy, who's a good quarterback, but Danny Amendola's had a nice long career at 27-7 Houston. Now same score, third quarter, Terry Pharaoh Brown. Woo! 29 yards.
Just a great play by Tyrod Taylor. Under pressure, lofts it up so his receiver can get it.
And then Philip Lindsay, the Bronco, bucks his way into the end zone. Did Cully to the win. Urban Meyer does not get it. Trevor Lawrence, look, welcome to the Bigs.
Welcome to the Bigs. He didn't play well, threw 3 interceptions, and boom. This is the first regular season game Lawrence has ever lost in his life. Regular season, first time he's ever lost in his life was today.
Schedule will be tougher than he was used to at some of those places. I think Ohio State, Florida. Give Houston credit. Tyrod Taylor making the most of what may be his final opportunity as a starter.
Yes.
And who knows what's going to happen with Houston with Deshaun Watson all year. Probably this.
Yes.
Meanwhile, speaking of new quarterbacks, Alabama, to quote the late, great Keith Jackson, we brought in the marching band of Foxborough. Now that's the magic of TV, because Tua is starting for Miami, and Mac Jones, their first-round pick in New England, also Alabama, starting for the Pats. Welcome to the Big.
Yeah, Mac Jones, throughout the draft process, they said Mac is smart, he's cerebral, he doesn't panic. Boom, looked like he panicked right then.
Well, you know, you hadn't seen this, right? Now the Patriots down 7-3. Jones. That's a good-looking throw to one of the new weapons. New England's got tight ends. They got Nelson Aguilar and then Jones. But look out to Landon Roberts. For Coach Flores, they play tough defense.
Very similar to when you play against Tom Brady. You bring pressure up the middle. The Miami Dolphins and Brian Flores did that all game long.
Well, for roughing the passer, Robert doesn't believe it. But now New England facing second and goal from the 7. The throw, and there's a touchdown to Aguilar. And so Jones on the board. His folks love it. We're tied at 10 at the half in Foxborough. Tua. But he get the band marching again.
Mm-hmm.
Tua stepping up. Nice throw. Devontae Parker. He's pretty good, and the Patriots know that.
Good throw, even better catch. Great body control by Parker, getting 2 feet down.
Now, it's Waddle in motion, and he goes, that's his receiver. That march the band again for Alabama. 17-10. Now, 17-16. Patriots all over Tua. He throws it, one to throw it away. Doink, 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 doink. Uh-oh! It's picked off by Jonathan Jones.
It's just a bad decision by Tua. When you throw that ball, throw it in the stands. Don't allow anyone to tip it, because this could happen. INT Pats.
It's in Foxborough. I know there's no snow on the ground yet, but these things happen.
Yeah.
However, who Miami knows it's Jacoby Myers, who will be one of the guys going across the middle now for New England. Damian Harris. He can run it, but you can't run it without the football. Xavier Howard, the X-Man, strips it.
Just a great play. Anytime you're in traffic, you're taught to put 2 hands on the ball. As a running back, you got to know when the journey's over. Harris put it down. Great play by Howard.
And so Coach Flores used to work under Coach Belichick. Mac Jones, his starter, did not best his old college teammate. And you know what? 2 teams that understand hard-nosed football, but when we try not to turn it over. Miami wins it by the count of 17-16. Tua, you know, it's not a thing about numbers, although Jones threw for almost 300 yards. How do both of those guys look to you? Big picture.
Tua was inconsistent. His defense bailed him out for Miami. But if you're New England and you're Mac Jones, he threw the football 39 times. That's too many for a veteran quarterback, let alone a rookie making his first start. They ran the ball really well. They don't want Mac Jones throwing the football that many times, but when he does, boom, he's got to make some better decisions. Questionable decisions by both of them, inconsistency by both of them. Miami's defense just happened to play a little bit better.
Well, and I think that the tight look at Tua, oh, he didn't deliver. Fitzy was in or out.
Right.
It's a little early. He's only played half a season, too.
Yeah, he's still young.
Yes. They're all – Josh Allen's the oldest quarterback in the league. I mean, in the division that is starting. All right, now, what we didn't think would be okay, we're going to really sit at the edge of our seats and watch this thing. It was pretty good. Vikings, Bengals in Cincinnati, and the number 1 pick of a year ago who was injured, Joe Burrow, welcome back first time on the field since November 22nd. Now, Burrow, Jamar Chase. They got his receiver from LSU just like they did for Tua with Waddle and for Hurts with his guy. And familiarity breeds a touchdown.
During the preseason, they said Chase couldn't catch, ran right by the DB as he was looking in the backfield. Great to see them get off to a good start.
So the Bengals lead at 14-7. Now, Vikings down 24-14. Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson. This is all LSU. This is what we're going to have.
There's a theme going here.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Brown, we don't have as many players as you guys do. This is not fair. Next play at the 1, Dalvin Cook. How about that cut for a 1-yard run?
One of the best cuts you'll ever see on a 1-yard run. Put his left foot in the ground and got north.
All right, now, Cousins. Oh, what a Thielen. Adams dancing on the ceiling. 14 yards. Vikings field goal range. Greg Joseph, 53 yards. At the end of the game. Good. And we're tied heading to overtime at 24-all. Bengals win toss, go nowhere. Vikings get ball, go nowhere. Now second Vikings drive. Dalvin Cook, one of the best. But Jermaine Pratt falls on the fumble.
Something that's troubled Cook a little bit as you're going to the ground. Defenders are doing a great job in week 1, punching the football out. Cook got to hold on to it.
By the way, they took like 5 minutes to review it. If
Too long.
You can't change it
Correct.
in 2 minutes, just keep it the same. Like looking for a lost ball. I'm sorry. 4th and inches, and they're going to go for it. The Bengals gamble. Burrow to C.J. Uzoma. And it's a 32-yard gain, setting up Evan McPherson for the winner. The Vikings call a timeout, but to ice him, not right on the snap. So Mike Zimmer says, wait a minute. That was way before. He doesn't get a practice kick, but they didn't change anything. Now comes the real kick. Good. And Cincinnati wins in overtime over Minnesota. The Bengals, Zach Taylor gambles, Burrow back. He looked good to see it.
And they protected him. He only threw the football 27 times. Boom. Last year, he averaged 40 throws a game. Great game plan. Kept Burrow healthy. Good win for the Bengals.
All right, now one of those playoff teams. Actually, they played last year on this very field. Cleveland at Kansas City. What a game this was. Remember, it started as a battle between Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes. They knew each other from college. Chad Henne came in for the injured Mahomes, had some big plays. Kansas City won en route to the Super Bowl. Now, Mahomes, he does this. You know what? And how is it that he like goes in, he never gets hit? I don't know how he does it.
He doesn't panic, Boom. Always under control.
Cleveland was running the ball down Kansas City's throat. Chiefs trailing 15-10. And like I said, running the ball down their throat. There's nobody there. Nick Chubb, 18-yard run, 22-10 Cleveland at the half. Now, early third and 7, Mahomes rolling. He knows where the sticks are, and again, he doesn't get touched.
There you go. Understanding where the sticks are, get the first down, move forward.
And it's on 2nd and 8 from the 11. Travis Kelce, reliable, of course. 22-17. Chiefs are down by 5. Now 22-20. They've kicked a field goal by Butcher. But Kareem Hunt, no Honey Badger really. They couldn't stop him on the ground.
They had to be happy with their running, and they ran the ball well all day, them being Cleveland.
29-20 Cleveland. Mahomes. Oh, but you know what? The very first play after we get the ball, we're going to do this. Mimi, the road runner, gone. 75 yards.
Great throw by Mahomes. Anytime I see Tyreek one-on-one against anyone, Mahomes, great body control and throws it up. The defender loses the football, Boom. Tyreek Hill finds it. That's an easy touchdown. Great play by Mahomes.
So 29-27, but Cleveland's been in the driver's seat the whole game. First punt of the game for Cleveland. And guess what? They never punted it. Jamie Gillen, it's just a muff. The snap looked great. And what a gift you just gave Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the Chiefs.
He panicked. He still had plenty of time. He could have picked the ball up and punted it, but he automatically thought he had to run. Look at him, boom, and just panicked. He's going to wish he had that one back.
7 minutes to go now, 3rd and 3. Kelce, right away. The Chiefs make you pay immediately. They've been down the whole game. They don't get a 2-point conversion, but they get the lead 33-29. Baker Mayfield, 1st and 10, owned 48. Baker. Oh, he threw it off balance. Mike Hughes with the pick. Oh my goodness, because the Browns were doing so well.
You just can't do that. Sometimes you got to know when the journey's over, take the sack, let's move on to the next play.
So the Browns again play so well in Kansas City, but again, like January, come away with an L. Although nobody's shaking their heads at what's wrong with Cleveland. No, they're here for real. But the Kansas City Chiefs escape big time. 337, 3 touchdowns throwing from Mahomes. Baker threw for 321. Really entertaining game. And look, we were preparing to talk about how Kansas City could never stop the run, and that's why Cleveland won. But then again, you just can't give Kansas City an opportunity like that, or a couple.
I mean, if you're Cleveland, things were rolling. Baker was playing well. You were running the football, almost 200 yards rushing, and all of a sudden, mistakes. The pick by Baker, the drop by the punter. And next thing you know, boom, the Chiefs are back in it. It just shows you how explosive they are. And this Kansas City team, it's almost as if they don't get their engine going until they get 2 scores down. Think about all the times they've come back from 2 scores down, and they did it again today. But if I'm Cleveland, I feel good about where I am. Eliminate the mistakes. I went into their house, first game of the season. I didn't win. There are no moral victories in pro football, but I know how to play, and I know we can beat this team.
But this is a different look. Last year, Cleveland proved it. They won at Pittsburgh. They almost won at Kansas City. No, this team, there's another division where it's with Baltimore in there and in Pittsburgh. These three to the post like last year.
Oh, without a doubt. First game of the year, to see them come out, Baker's got to eliminate that one mistake here and there, that one mistake per game. But I think Cleveland showed all offseason. We talked about the hierarchy in the AFC. Okay, Kansas City, Cleveland. Cleveland proved they're right there with Buffalo and those other 3 teams.
Well, another one of those playoff games between playoff teams, if you will, I should say, here in September. Green Bay, New Orleans, but because of the hurricane in New Orleans, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers didn't have to go into the Dome. They went into Jacksonville for this day. The Saints home, and for the first time in like eons, no Drew Brees. It's Jameis Winston. Saints up 3-0. Ooh, look at the big fella.
Look at the wheels.
Look at him. 10-yard first down for Jameis.
Changed the diet in the offseason. He looks spry, boom.
Ooh, first and goal, and Alvin Candy Kamara. The Jets sweep 10-0 Saints. We all know the Aaron Rodgers saga of the offseason, and here he is. And the Saints said, that's great. I'm Marcus Davenport, and I want to get you as a sack.
A theme of the day, pressure on Aaron Rodgers.
And then Aaron, little pressure. Ooh, that didn't look like him.
Not at all.
4th and 7, and the Saints are going to go for it. How about Sean Payton with a screen from Winston to Juwan Johnson? 12-yard pickup.
Outstanding play call. Why, he's one of the better play callers in the league.
Now 4th and goal. Going again. Winston, play action. With Packers draped on him. Touchdown Johnson. 17-0 Saints. Saints in Jacksonville. I hope Jacksonville fans said, hey, we got 2 first-place teams playing in our stadium. I hope you went out and bought a ticket. Rodgers, Devontae Adams. So, right, here come the Packers, though they only got a field goal there, 17-3 at the half. Opening drive, 3rd. Packers in the red zone. Rodgers is pressured. Uh-oh, it's picked off by Paulson Adebo. Bounced around the rookie, 33 yards off of Packers' hands, and so Packers defense holds here, but Aaron, shadow of his own goalpost. Nah. I mean, it's a punt, but that's not what he's looking for. Marcus Williams. And look, it's worse than a punt because he didn't cough and he didn't knock it out of bounds. It's a 53-yard return all the way down to the 12. And the Saints now 3rd and 7. Winston, well, how about feeling the pressure? He felt it all day. That's Chris Hogan.
Looked like a veteran quarterback, Jameis Winston, climbing the pocket, allowing the receiver to uncover. That's an outstanding job. We didn't see him do that in the past.
No, this is Jameis Winston with a year to watch and play a little bit with the Saints, but watch and learn from Sean Payton from Drew Brees.
Yes.
Yeah, but we know Jameis Winston, the 30-30 guy, he's never going to offer the eyeball test on one game, Booger. Pretty darn good. Aaron Rodgers, I wouldn't be worried about him, but this is not a game that he wanted to open with.
It's just one game. You know, we played bad. I played bad. Offensively, we didn't execute very well. One game, we got 16 to go.
Got to give the Saints all the credit in the world. They came ready to play. Absolutely embarrassed us today, and you can't do that against a well-coached and quality football team. Our guys are going to have to take a long, hard look in the mirror. It starts with myself. Obviously, didn't get these guys ready to play ball, and that's what happens when you go out there and play like that against a good football team.
How about the Saints who, again, you know, they don't ask for any excuses. They didn't in 06. They didn't, but they, I mean, in 05. But look, they were displaced. They were away. This was a home game. And the poise that Winston and all of the Saints played with, my goodness, that's the most impressive performance today.
Nobody believed in Jameis Winston. We talked about the 30 for 30. Sean Payton said, come down here, learn from Drew Brees for a year, and I'll coach you up. They both need each other right now. And the poise and the calmness that he played with in the pocket, climbing the pocket. I saw plays today from Jameis Winston that I haven't seen in his career before. And you can attribute that to Sean Payton being under Drew Brees for a year and the maturation of a guy who we've always known he's had the talent, #1 overall pick. But the way he played today, dare I say, this team is still a playoff team, which makes them a Super Bowl contender. That defense was outstanding, shutting down the Packers. You look at Marcus Davenport, Cam Jordan, Alvin Kamara, they ran the football, a level of toughness, outstanding performance by the Saints today.
No, we can't read too much into, like Aaron said,
Right.
one bad game. I mean, I wouldn't. What do you read into that? Just a lot of T-balls out of bounds?
Yeah, a lot of them, a lot of lefts, a lot of rights. They got to go back and get on the same page, run the football. Aaron Jones has got to get going. This can't be the Aaron Rodgers show. It's got to be Aaron Jones. It's got to be Dillon. And then you get Devontae Adams going on the outside. They never seemed in sync. Game one, I'm not worried, but I'm a little concerned because we had all offseason to get ready for this one, and we laid the egg in game one.
Well, that'll be Monday Night Football. You guys will be able to talk about it next week. They're playing Detroit. It's Lambeau. It probably will go all right, although you never know. Look, we all know what Saturday was, the 20-year anniversary, if that's the right word, of the attack, the 9/11 attacks in New York and the Pentagon in Pennsylvania. So football was in New York on this day after 9/11, and certainly everybody in the city and the Giants and everybody involved, the Fangio, everybody was feeling the spirit that they should of togetherness. Joe Judge and Vic Fangio and everybody. So meanwhile, Von Miller says, we feel it, but I'm back and I'm sacking Daniel Jones. Giants down 3-0 against Denver. Jones, plenty of time. Sterling Shepard. And the New Yorkers are pretty happy because it's a touchdown. G-Men, 7-3.
Well, you see Daniel Jones in a clean pocket making a nice throw.
48 seconds to go in the half. Denver down 7-3. Teddy Bridgewater starting for Denver to Cortland Sutton. He like Tyrod Taylor. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, just
for the
steady.
party, right?
Yeah.
Bridgewater to Tim Patrick. He's in there. Teddy in the first half, 19 of 22.
Efficient, steady.
10-3 Denver. Now, 10-7 it should say. Bridgewater to Jerry Jeudy. Judge Jeudy, 20 yards. Hurt, though. Lower leg injury. Had to leave. Ooh, don't want to see that. Such a big player. Such a great things he's capable of. 4th and 1. Bridgewater finds Albert Okwuegbunam. Great word for Scrabble. 4-yard touchdown. It's 17-7 Denver.
Play made by Bridgewater, didn't panic and found the receiver. Nice touchdown.
Now the Broncos up 20-7, under 5 to go. And the Denver Broncos ice it. Melvin Gordon, such a big player for several years with the Chargers. And he is to the house. The Denver Broncos, boy, they've gotten off the slow start so many years in a row. Not on this day. They win in New York 27-13.
And this is kind of how they want to play. Head coach Vic Fangio wants a defensive-oriented team, tough, physical. Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams, they can run the football. Great job, Vic, getting an opening win this season.
The Falcons at home against the Eagles. Two new coaches, Sirianni for Philadelphia. Arthur Smith for Atlanta. They're at home. Matt Ryan has had openers before, his 14th year as a starter. Jalen Hurts, his 5th start for Philadelphia. We sold on him. But I tell you what, Devontae Smith was sold on him. Philly got him to come back and join his old quarterback from Alabama, 7-3 Eagles. Hurts says, this draft pick, this guy that I played for so many years with, I'm going to use him again. That's 8 yards. Now, Hurts, Smith, 19 yards.
Yeah, you just look at the coolness of Jalen Hurts. Boom. He's improved so much from year 1 to year 2.
And that's a 3-yard catch. He caught 6 for 71 on the touchdown that you saw. 9 seconds to go in the half. Hurts. This is beautiful. Dallas Goedert, and they looked at it. It was a great catch by the tight end.
Again, great play by Hurts. Stepping up in the pocket, sliding to the right, and then throwing a nice Nolan Ryan fastball low and outside.
Yep. He got it 15-6. Philadelphia, nobody expected much from them. Maybe we should. Miles Sanders takes the screen, and he can run for miles and miles. 25 yards. He had 113 total yards in the game. Kenneth Gainwell, he's a rookie. He gained it pretty well right there. 22-6 Philly. Javon Hargrave. Philly can still bring the heat up front, especially if they have a lead.
Their offensive and defensive line may be the best total combination of those two groups in football.
3 sacks Philly in the game, and then Hurts. Jalen Reagor. A little bubble screen. Reagor gone. Eagles scoring over 30 for the first time in 2 years. Philadelphia. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. A lot of spelling bee early in the season.
Yeah, I like it.
32-6 Philly. And so Nick Sirianni wins his first game as head coach. Chargers in Washington to take on the football team. Justin Herbert, what a rookie year he had last year for the LA Chargers. One of the last holdovers from San Diego, Keenan Allen. I think we got 2 left from the San Diego Chargers. Down to the 3, then Austin Eckler. Touchdown, 7-0 Chargers. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the quarterback for the football team. But Fitzy, hoping finally with yet another team to make the playoffs for the first time, injured on this play, injured hip. And you see it right there. The Chargers can bring the heat.
Yeah, it gets jammed. Left tackle gets beat, and Fitzy takes one in the back.
So Taylor Heineke, who was pretty good in that playoff loss against Tampa Bay. Yep, he's in. And Heineke, 3rd and 4, uncorks one to Terry McLaurin, 34 yards. That's a pretty play.
Maybe a throw he shouldn't have made, but the catch, boom, you won't see a better catch in 2021 from Terry McLaurin.
So first down, Washington. Heineke. We have to uncork the top off the beer, right? Heineke to Logan Thomas. Washington leads 16-13. Herbert looking for Steven Anderson, but William Jackson, Tom's third cousin, makes the pick. Chargers turn it over. 11.5 minutes to go. This is the play of the game, though, that changed it. Antonio Gibson. Uh-oh, it's a fumble. Kaiser White forced it. Kenneth Murray recovered, on the 5-yard line. And so Washington holds first and second down, but third down, it's Mike Williams, 20-16 Chargers.
It's just a play that can't be defense. Back shoulder fade. DB's got his back turned. Nice throw and catch from Herbert.
And remember, the Chargers lost all of those close games a year ago, seemingly last possession. This time they held on. And so the Chargers, like so many of the NFC West go east, the Chargers in the AFC West go east and beat the defending NFC East champ Washington football team. Whew. We started the booger with that Thursday night thriller at Tampa against Dallas, and then we have on this day it was playoff team versus playoff team. So game ball, what do you think?
Anytime you get 5 sacks in the game, you have to get a game ball. Chandler Jones was outstanding. In the offseason, he wanted a new contract, wanted some more money. He didn't get it. So what did he do today? He came out and showed everyone why he may be the premier pass rusher coming from the edge in the National Football League. A repertoire of moves, inside, outside. It didn't matter which tackle he went against. He dominated all day long, Boom.
Well, he was unbelievable. Just ask Ryan Tannehill, that's for sure. Who dominated on offense? Well, a few guys did, but Russell Wilson will throw for like 451 game on this year, but 4 touchdown passes, hardly a mistake, using all his weapons, and it's just scratching the surface of the new offense, which will be more rhythmic, more up-tempo, and they are the defending NFC West champs, even though a lot of people have them for third place, but that's why they play all of the games, as in 17 in this 2021 season. We mentioned all those playoff teams versus playoff teams. Well, Chicago at the LA Rams, Sunday Night Football, that's yet another one of those games. And here, back with us on NFL Primetime, our good buddy Scott Van Pelt. Scott, hello.
Hey, Boomer, great to be with you once again, and great for fans in Los Angeles to finally be allowed in SoFi Stadium. The Sunday night game between the Rams and the Bears, the first where fans are in the building for a regular season game. It is a beautiful facility. You got that great weather out there, maybe a roof, open it up. Speaking of open it up, how about McVay opening up the playbook with this? Matthew Stafford, the new man in town, to Van Jefferson. The Bears defense doesn't touch him down, and that leads to a touchdown. Rams up 7-0. They had a 13-7 lead at the half. Rams still up by 6. 1st and 10, early third, and Cooper Kupp is 20 yards beyond anyone in the Bears secondary. He had a big night, 7 catches, 108 yards, and this very easy touchdown. 20-7, Rams take the lead. Ensuing Bears drive, and it was a good one. They fought their way down the field. 3rd and 8, Andy Dalton completes it to Jimmy Graham, and feels like everybody around the country, not just Chicago, is like, well, how long is Dalton going to be the guy? Put him in. He is Justin Fields, a rookie from Ohio State. This is what makes him dangerous down there. His first NFL touchdown, and the Bears are in it, 20-14. But the Rams, ensuing drive right back down the field. Stafford, again it's play action, and there's Tyler Higbee on a backer, and that's an advantage, 89. Gain of 37 on the play. 3rd down, Bears hoping for a stop. They can't get it. Cooper Kupp spinning, reaching. Is he in? Well, they ruled touchdown on the field, but that knee is down. Wouldn't be significant to the Rams, though. Might be to your fantasy team because the accounting is just a little bit different. They'd still get a touchdown, but it's Darrell Henderson, who is the lead back, thanks to injuries out there. He gets a touchdown. Now Dalton late, trailing by 20, and there's Aaron Donald, most fearsome defender in the NFL. His first sack of the 21 campaign. And Stafford, in his debut, throws for 321 and 3 touchdowns. Tone really set with that toss to Jefferson early. David Montgomery ran it well for the Bears, did get the touchdown. They next take on Cincinnati at home. Rams will hit the road to take on the Colts, who dropped their opener.
So I know it's early in the season. Is that the game of the season? Did we just see the game of the season already? I mean, that was,
potentially.
Right? We might be talking about this game at the end of the season. What a way to start in Las Vegas with a crowd in attendance for the first time at Allegiant Stadium. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they had been so successful. The Ravens having won 5 consecutive openers. Here's Jackson in some trouble. Finds Marquise Brown off the scramble, back of the end zone, and just like that, felt like the Ravens might run away with this thing. They were up 14-0. But here come the Raiders. Josh Jacobs pounds it in there, and it was 14-7. Now, normally we wouldn't skip through the second quarter and the third quarter, but there was so much in the fourth to show you. Here's Jacobs tying the game at 17.
And finally they get Jacobs to run the football in the red zone, and that was a huge drive, a huge answer to what the Baltimore Ravens did on offense.
Hey, Latavius Murray, we need a running back. Sure, I'll sign up. Been practicing, what, a couple of days? Bam, gives the Ravens a 24-17 lead in the fourth. And then it's Derek Carr. Who's he looking to? It's Waller.
19 targets tonight. They just kept working it, kept working it, kept working it to him. John really dialed in on the Ravens' man tendencies. Darren Waller wound up having a big night.
On his 29th birthday. But overtime is when it got really crazy. Derek Carr to Bryan Edwards. Signal right there. Touchdown. That's your ball game, right? Wrong. Knee down before the ball crossed the plane. Take it off the board. Here's Carr.
Oh,
through Snead and intercepted by Averett.
I think that was Snead's only target.
Yes,
Can you
I think
imagine
so
if
too.
the Raiders lost and Snead was the reason why against his former team?
Through his hands, off a helmet, turnover. Baltimore only needs a field goal, right? Here's Lamar, he's gonna be sacked. The Raiders didn't blitz all night, they got pressure all night.
Look, I tell you, Gus Bradley has really answered the bell so far early on in the season as far as being able to rush with 4 and make the plays when they need them.
And if you had Zay Jones in the pool, you win. And so too do the Las Vegas Raiders. What a start to a stadium filled with fans. I mean, this was just a spectacular victory. The Raiders had to come back 3 different times in the fourth quarter. And so the Raiders will now go to Pittsburgh for their week 2, but the Ravens are, I mean, right up against it. You lose this heartbreaker, you go home for your home opener, and here comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Yeah, against a team that when you talk about weaponry as far as being able to hit you at all 3 levels of the defense, Don Wink Martindale's going to have his work cut out for him, really, to get his defense and his secondary in particular that quite honestly was shredded tonight. They got taken apart in key situations. He's got to regain their confidence, and Lamar just got to hold on to the football. But, yeah, it never gets easier in the NFL.
This is the kind of game that, you know, young Raiders fans that were here tonight for the first time, they're going to say, I remember when.
Right.
I was at that first game at Allegiant Stadium. Back and forth, Lamar Jackson. We thought we had it when Brian Edwards scored the touchdown. They took it off, and then we had this interception. And then we finished it with that unbelievable play, unbelievable throw by Derek Carr. John Gruden said, we hope we give him a show that's worth the price of the ticket. And it was worth every penny.
In the entertainment capital of the world, hang on to those ticket stubs. Do people even have ticket stubs anymore?
On your phone.
It's on your phone, no ticket stubs. Hang on to whatever you have. This was a most memorable game. I think we'll still be talking about this one later in the season.
Thank you, fellas. Great to be back with everyone. You guys, everyone out there, the fans in the stands. Longest season we're going to have. Great to be back with you, Booger. This is fun.
Outstanding. Glad to do this. We get to talk football for a living. What else could be more fun, Boom?
Nothing. Nothing unless you bring some good eats the next time.
Hey, I'm all for that.
Well, I had a feeling we've come to the right place. For Booger McFarland, I'm Chris Berman. Thanks for watching Week 1 of NFL Friday.